All right, so we're going to run through another example for this mass-to-mass stoich. So here, given the following equation, here's your equation. What mass of fluorine is needed to completely react with 3.6 grams of water? Now, 3.6 grams of water, remember, this is our given. Here's our number. So that's the first thing that we're going to write in our fraction. 3.6 grams of H2O. Now, we need to find out what the mass of fluorine is. So our known in this instance is water. Our unknown is fluorine. So we are starting at mass of the known, and from the problem, we need to go to the mass of the unknown. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different fractions. That's why we have 4 fractions up here. So there's 4 steps that we need to write down. Now remember, whatever's in the circle, that tells us what we are writing on the top of the fraction. So on top of the second fraction is moles of the known. So our known is H2O. So it is moles of H2O. On top of the third fraction is moles of the unknown. So moles of F2. Moles F2. On top of our last fraction, it's going to be mass of the unknown. So grams of F2. So grams of H2O is on top of the first, moles of H2O is on top of the second, moles of F2 is on top of the third, and grams of F2 is on top of the fourth. Now, let's fill in the units in the bottom of the fraction. So remember, whatever's up on the top left, I'm going to write that on the bottom right. Moles of H2O up there, moles of H2O down there. Moles of F2 up here, moles of F2 down there. So next step is to figure out what numbers go in front of these units. In our second fraction here, we have moles of H2O over grams of H2O. So whenever we have moles over grams, the number 1 always goes with moles. Now, we typically look at the periodic table to find grams, but again, it's given to us right here. The molar mass of H2O is 18.02. 18.02. That takes care of the second fraction. Moving on to the third fraction, we have moles over moles. This is when we look at our equation. So F2, the number in front of F2 is 2, and then the number in front of the H2O is also 2. So we write those numbers in front. That takes care of the third fraction. Now our last fraction here, we have grams over moles again. So remember, the number 1 always goes with moles whenever you have grams over moles. Anytime you have grams, we have to look at the periodic table, but for this instance, it's given, so we're going to write this 38.00. Now, all our fractions are set, and simply we must multiply the numbers up top and then divide by the numbers on the bottom. Hey Google, what is 3.6 times 2 times 38 divided by 18.02 divided by 2?
The answer is approximately 7.591565.
So we get 7.59. We can round that. It's asking for 2 significant figures, so we need 2 digits. So we're going to round this to 7.6. And that is the right answer.